Good evening, friends. Welcome back to our Bill Decoder series, where we break down solar electricity bills from different discoms so you can read and understand your solar bill without any confusion. In today's video, we will be decoding the solar bill of TGS PDCL, Telangana State Southern Power Distribution Company Limited. We have already decoded solar bills from several other discoms. You will find all those videos in the playlist linked below. And we have also added the playlist link in the description for your convenience. For today's explanation, we will be using a Solar Square's residential customer's solar bill to help you understand each section of your TGS PDCL solar bill. One important thing to note here is that TGS PDCL's online solar bill does not show import and export details. To clearly understand your import and export for the month, you'll need the physical copy of your bill. We recommend keeping your solar bill handy, so you can follow along and decode your own bill as we explain each section step by step. Before we begin, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss out on such informative videos and get them directly on your feed. Now let's get started. The first section contains details such as date, time and the bill number. Date and time indicate when the meter reading was taken. Bill number is the unique reference number for this bill. Next, you will see details like ERO number, ERO code, section and area code. ERO stands for Electricity Revenue Office, and these fields identify the office responsible for your meter connection. Moving on to the consumer details section. SC number is the service connection number. It is an identification number assigned to your electricity connection. It is used to identify your meter and connection. USC number is the unique service connection number. It is a permanent system generated number that uniquely identifies your electricity connection in TGS PDCL's database. This is the number you use to log in into the TGS PDCL portal to view or update connection related details such as your name, contracted load, phase and more. You can do this on this official TGS PDCL website. This section also includes your personal details such as your name and address. Next, moving on to the meter connection related information section. CAT is short for category, which is mentioned as 1A domestic. This applies for residential connections. For commercial connections, categories begin from 2A. The category is assigned based on electricity usage and consumption. Next, what you see is the contracted load, also known as sanction load. It is the maximum load that DISCOM allows you to use in your house at any given time. In this customer's case, it is 5 kilowatt. Next is the meter number. It refers to your net meter number. Next is MF, which is the short for multiplication factor. Here it is 1. Next is phase, which is represented by PH. It indicates whether the connection is single phase or 3-phase. This customer has a 3-phase connection, and hence you see the value updated as 3. Next is the power factor indicated as PF. It shows how efficiently electricity is being used. It is calculated as kilowatt, which is the real power divided by kVA, which is the apparent power. A value closer to 1 indicates better efficiency. Next, let's move on to the most important section of a solar bill, the import-export section. Before we begin, let's understand what is import and export in rooftop solar. Import means extra electricity drawn from the grid after consuming the solar power generated at your home. And export means excess electricity generated by your solar panels sent back to the grid after meeting your home's consumption. Okay, now let's move forward. In this section, first you will see present and previous dates mentioned for both import and export readings. Present refers to the current billing month's meter reading date. Previous refers to the last billing cycle's meter reading date. Next to these dates, you'll notice the STS updated as 01, which is short for status. 01 indicates that the bill generation was normal. If the value is 02, it means the meter is stuck up. 05 refers to door lock, etc. It basically denotes the status of your meter reading. Alongside this, you'll see the present and previous month import meter readings. Just below that, you'll find the export meter readings. Below the import and export meter readings, the bill shows import and export units, which are calculated by subtracting the previous month reading from the present month reading. For example, for import, the present month reading is 2998 and the previous month reading was
2670.
So the imported units for the month are 2998 minus
2670,
which comes to 328 units. For export, the present month reading is 3560 and the previous month reading was 3264. So the exported units for the month are 3560 minus 3264, which comes to 296 units. Next, CF in the bill are carry forward units, which represent surplus export units from the previous month that are carry forward to the current billing cycle. In this bill, the carry forward units are 26. Next is the units field that shows the net units, which are calculated after adjusting import, export and carry forward units. So here's how it works. Import units in the billing cycle are 328. Export units in the billing cycle are 296. Since import is higher than export, net units become 328 minus 296, which is 32 units. Now carry forward units from the previous months are 26. After adjusting the carry forward units against net import units, the final net units come down to 6 units. That is 32 minus 26. Energy charges are applied only on these net units. Moving on, days indicates the number of days in the billing cycle. In this case, it is 31 days. Right next to the carry forward units value of 26, you'll notice another value, which is 0 in this bill. You might be wondering what this indicates. This field displays export surplus units in either of the following cases. First, if the export units are higher than the import units in the current month, the surplus units are shown here. Second, if the export units were higher than the import units in the previous months, then the total of those carry forward surplus units plus any surplus from the current month is displayed here. Since the value is 0 in this bill, it means there is no surplus export unit to carry forward. For example, if the export units were higher than the import units by 6 units in the current month, this field would display 32 units, which includes 26 units carry forward from the previous month and 6 units from this month. Recorded MD, maximum demand, refers to the highest load actually used during the billing period. It should remain within the sanction load to avoid penalties. Here the sanction load is 5 kilowatt and the recorded MD is 3.86 kilowatt, which is well within limits. So in this case, no penalty is applicable. Now let's move on to the next section, where we will look at the different charges that apply in an TGS PDCL's electricity bill. Here's a cost breakdown. Energy charges apply only if the import units are greater than the export units during the billing period. For this bill, charges apply on 6 net units of extra import at 1 rupees 95 paisa per unit, basis the rates that you see here. Since the net units are 6, for this customer 0 to 50 units slab applies. 6 multiplied by 1.95 makes energy charges as 11 rupees 70 paisa. But please note that this bill is for the month of August 2025. Starting November to December 2025, the slab rate that will apply on the net units will be the total import units slab rate. For example, if the billing month for this bill was November 2025, the energy charges that would apply will be 6 multiplied by 9, which makes it 54 rupees. Because the import units are 328, the slab rate that will apply is the one for 301 to 400 units. Hence, the energy charges per unit that will apply is 9 rupees. Next, the fixed charges are calculated at 10 rupees per kilowatt based on the higher of the contracted load or the maximum demand. Since the contracted load is 5 kilowatt and the maximum demand is 3.86 kilowatt and the contracted load is higher, it is calculated on the contracted load. 5 multiplied by 10 makes the fixed charges as 50 rupees. Customer charges are applied on the basis of the total count of the net import units. Since net units are 6, the first tariff slab of 0 to 50 units applies to the customer, and hence the customer charges are 40 rupees. Next is the electricity duty. Electricity duty is a government tax charged on the electricity consumption. It is calculated at 0.06 paisa per imported unit. For 328 units, this calculation becomes 328 multiplied by 0.06, which comes to 19 rupees 68 paisa. Interest on electricity duty is calculated as a percentage of the electricity duty. Next, the surcharge is added the following month's bills in the case of late payment. If you miss to pay your previous month bill on time, A surcharge of 25 rupees will be added to your following month bill. Next, FSA FCA charges, short for fuel surcharge adjustment and fuel cost adjustment, are variable and temporary charges that reflect increased fuel or power purchase cost incurred by the DISCOM that are charged to the customer. Next is the subsidy. This appears if any subsidy is applicable for the billing period. Next is adjustment. This field indicates corrections made for billing errors from previous months. If any amount appears here, it means a mistake in an earlier bill has been corrected and adjusted in the current bill. Next is interest on caution deposit. This refers to the interest earned on the security deposit held by the DISCOM. Next is loss or gain. It is a small balance amount. In paisa adjusted to round off the bill total. In this bill, it is 45 paisa. Bill amount is the total of all the above mentioned charges in the section. So total of energy charges plus fixed charges plus customer charges plus electricity duty plus interest on electricity duty minus loss or gain gives a total bill amount of 123 rupees. Now moving on to the next section. Any unpaid amount from the previous bills appears under arrears. If you see an increase of around 2500 rupees in your electricity bill, it usually indicates that the cost of the net meter is added to your bill. This is for residential customers where net meter application has been done through PM Suryagar portal. If you have requested a sanction load enhancement, it is charged at 1425 rupees per kilowatt, which again is added to your bill. This again applies when the application for the same has been done through PM Suryagar portal. The total due is the bill amount plus or minus arrears. In this case, the customer had 6 rupees excess payment from the previous bill, bringing the net payable amount to 117 rupees, that is 123 minus 6. Next is the due date. This is the last date by which the bill must be paid to avoid any late payment charges. Next is the discontinuation date. It is the date after which power supply may be disconnected if the payment is not made. Next is the last paid date. It indicates when the previous bill was paid. And at the bottom, you'll find contact numbers of the assistant engineer, assistant divisional engineer, and assistant audit officer. You can reach out to them for any billing related queries. And that's it. With that, we come to the end of today's video. We hope this explanation helps you confidently decode your TGS PDCL solar bill. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. We would be happy to help. If you would like us to decode your DISCOM bill next, leave the DISCOM name in the comments and we'll try our best to make a video on it as well. And if you are a homeowner looking to install rooftop solar, use the free consultation link in the description to register. Our team will get in touch with you shortly.